From affordable field watches to luxury-inspired divers, the microbrand scene has exploded with incredible value, bold designs, and enthusiast-driven craftsmanship. In this tier list, we're ranking the best watch microbrands based on design, build quality, movement reliability, originality, and overall value for collectors. Whether you're searching for a budget everyday watch or a hidden gem that rivals big Swiss names, this list covers the standout brands every watch enthusiast should know before their prices and popularity skyrocket. To make it here, a brand needs more than just good specs. They need a unique design language, flawless execution, and a story that resonates. These are the heavy hitters that rival luxury giants, offering finishing and innovation that punch way above their price tags. If you want the very best the independent scene has to offer, this is where you look. Let's kick things off with MING. If you know anything about modern independent watchmaking, you know MING is doing things differently. Founded by a photographer and designer, their watches are all about light symmetry and that signature minimalist aesthetic. They don't just make watches, they create optical illusions on your wrist. Take the 37 series or their stunning chronographs. They use sapphire dials and luminous rings to give the watch incredible depth. It's a design language that is instantly recognizable from across the room. You won't find traditional hands or standard indices here. Instead, MING plays with textures, gradients, and futuristic shapes. They are constantly pushing boundaries, with materials like titanium and tantalum, making their pieces incredibly comfortable to wear. Yes, they can be hard to get, and the waitlists are legendary, but that's because they offer a level of artistic vision you usually only see in high-end haute horlogerie. Next up in the S tier is anOrdain, and honestly, this brand is all about the dial. Based in Scotland, they have mastered the incredibly difficult art of Grand Fou enamel. We are talking about a level of craftsmanship that is usually reserved for watches costing 5 times as much. Each dial is fired in a kiln multiple times, creating this rich, glassy texture that catches the light most beautifully. Their fume dials, with that smoked gradient effect, are absolute showstoppers. But it's not just the enamel. Their custom typography is designed in-house and perfectly complements the vintage-inspired cases. The Model 1 and Model 2 are modern classics, blending dressy elegance with everyday wearability. The catch? Because everything is done by hand by a small team of artisans, the waitlist is years long. But if you appreciate true old-school craftsmanship, anOrdain is worth every second of the wait. Moving on to the Baltic, the kings of vintage-inspired perfection. If you love the look of mid-century watches but want modern reliability, Baltic is the brand for you. Based in France, they have completely nailed the aesthetic of the 1940s and 50s. The MR01, with its stunning salmon dial, Breguet numerals, and micro-rotor movement, broke the internet when it launched. And their dive watches, like the Aquascaf, offer that perfect retro charm, with domed sapphire crystals and classic proportions. What makes Baltic S tier is their consistency. Every single release feels thoughtful, cohesive, and incredibly well priced. They don't just copy old designs, they refine them, making them feel fresh and relevant for today. Plus, they assemble everything in France, adding a nice touch of local craftsmanship. Whether you want a classy dress watch or a rugged diver, Baltic delivers an experience that feels far more expensive than it actually is. Rounding out the S tier is Serica, a brand that proves tool watches can be incredibly elegant. Serica doesn't do flashy colours or oversized cases. They focus on pure utilitarian design with a sophisticated twist. The 5303 dive watch is a perfect example, featuring a unique twin-scale bezel and a dial layout that is both highly legible and visually striking. Then you have the 6190 field chronometer, which takes the classic Dirty Dozen aesthetic and elevates it with a chronometer-certified movement. Every detail on a Serica feels intentional from the broad arrow hands to the incredibly comfortable mesh bracelets. They manage to blend ruggedness with a sort of Parisian chic that you just don't see in other tool watches. They are robust enough for an expedition, but refined enough to wear with a suit. Serica is quietly making some of the most handsome, capable watches on the market right now. Now we step into the A tier. These brands are absolutely fantastic and consistently deliver high quality, exciting watches. They might not have the extreme artisanal focus or the cult-like frenzy of the S tier, but they offer incredible value, bold designs, and superb build quality. If you buy a watch from this tier, you are getting a phenomenal timepiece that will easily become a favourite in your collection. Let's start the A tier with Fairer, the undisputed masters of colour. If you are tired of boring black and white dials, Fairer is the antidote. This British brand takes classic watch silhouettes, like GMTs, chronographs and cushion cases, and injects them with vibrant, unexpected colour palettes. The Lander GMT, with its mesmerising sea green dial, is a modern icon in the microbrand world. But it's not just about looking pretty. Fairer backs up their bold designs with serious specs, using top-tier Swiss movements and excellent finishing. They have a knack for making watches that feel playful yet sophisticated, never crossing the line into novelty territory. Their recent push into titanium cases and moon phase complications shows they are constantly evolving. Fairer watches are fun, reliable, and guaranteed to start a conversation. They bring a sense of joy to watchmaking that is truly refreshing. Next is Venezianico, a brand that brings Italian flair to the microbrand space. Inspired by the beauty and history of Venice, their watches are elegant, sporty, and beautifully finished. The Neride dive watch is their flagship, featuring a sleek design, a comfortable bracelet, and a beautifully decorated caseback. What really sets Venezianico apart is their attention to detail. They use high-quality materials like tungsten for their bezels, which is incredibly scratch-resistant and gives the watch a premium feel. Their dials often feature subtle textures or rich colours that catch the light beautifully. They also offer a great mix of movements, from reliable workhorses to more complex GMTs. Venezianico manages to capture that classic Italian sense of style, bold but refined, making their watches perfect for everyday wear. They are a fantastic choice if you want a versatile sports watch with a touch of European elegance. Sartory Billard is a brand that brings the bespoke experience to the microbrand world. Founded by Armand Billard, this French brand allows you to essentially co-design your watch. While they have standard editions, their true strength lies in customization. You can choose your dial material, whether it's titanium, lapis lazuli, or hand guilloche, and select the colours, hands, and finishes. The SB04 and the new SB10 jumping hour are stunning canvases for this personalisation. The level of finishing is superb, with mirror-polished cases and intricate dial details that rival much larger luxury houses. Sartory Billard is all about the relationship between the creator and the collector. You aren't just buying a watch off the shelf, you are getting a piece of wearable art, tailored to your exact tastes. It's a rare and special experience that easily earns them a spot in the A tier. Monta is the brand you go to when you want Rolex-level finishing without the Rolex price tag. Based in the US, Monta is obsessed with the details. Their cases are beautifully brushed and polished, and their bracelets are widely considered some of the most comfortable in the entire industry, featuring fully articulating links and a fantastic quick-adjust clasp. The Noble and the Ocean King are prime examples of their philosophy. Clean, timeless designs executed to absolute perfection. They don't rely on gimmicks or crazy colours. They just make incredibly solid, handsome, everyday watches. The dials are crisp, the hands are perfectly proportioned, and the movements are regulated to run beautifully. Monta is the definition of a one-watch collection brand. If you want a versatile, high-quality sports watch that you can wear every single day for the rest of your life, Monta is the answer. Straum is a Norwegian brand that captures the raw, rugged beauty of Nordic nature. Their watches are all about the dial. The Jan Mayen and Ofhav models feature these incredibly intricate stamped dials that look like cracked ice, volcanic rock or deep ocean waves. The texture is mesmerising and plays with the light in a way that is hard to capture on camera. But Straum isn't just a one-trick pony. The cases are beautifully sculpted, often using grade 5 titanium for a lightweight, durable feel. They also feature integrated bracelets or high-quality rubber straps that make the watches feel cohesive and modern. Straum is relatively new to the scene, but they have quickly established themselves as masters of dial texture and modern sports watch design. If you want a watch that feels like a piece of the Norwegian landscape on your wrist, Straum is incredible. This is the sweet spot for value and variety. The brands here make excellent, reliable watches, perfect for everyday wear. They might have a few quirks or focus heavily on a specific niche, but they offer great designs and solid build quality. If you are looking to expand your collection without breaking the bank, the B tier is full of hidden gems. Marloe Watch Co is a British brand that focuses on storytelling and classic design. Every watch they make is inspired by a specific moment in history or human endeavour. The Coniston, for example, pays tribute to Donald Campbell's water speed records, while the Sky Splitter is inspired by aviation history. They lean heavily into hand-wound movements, which gives their watches a great vintage feel and allows for beautifully slim cases. The designs are clean, legible, and often feature interesting textures or subtle pops of colour. Marloe is great at creating watches that feel familiar but have their own distinct character. They offer excellent value for money and a really thoughtful approach to watchmaking. If you appreciate a good story behind your timepiece and enjoy the tactile experience of winding your watch every morning, Marloe is a fantastic choice. Henry Archer brings sleek Danish minimalism to the microbrand world. Based in Aarhus, Denmark, their design philosophy is rooted in the Bauhaus tradition. Form follows function. The Vesterhav and the Verden GMT are incredibly slim, comfortable watches that look great on almost any wrist. What makes Henry Archer stand out in the B tier is their use of colour and materials. They offer stunning meteorite dials, textured surfaces, and vibrant hues like purple and teal. They also use premium materials like crystallised titanium, which gives the case a unique, frosty appearance. The bracelets are well made, and the overall finishing is excellent for the price point. Henry Archer manages to make watches that are clean and simple, yet visually interesting enough to keep you looking at your wrist. They are a superb option for anyone who loves modern Scandinavian design. Studio Untitled G is the wild child of the B tier. This British brand burst onto the scene with its incredibly playful, food-inspired chronographs. The watermelon, the mint choc chip, and the desert sky are bright, fun, and completely unapologetic. They use a hand-wound seagull movement, which keeps the price accessible while offering a great view through the case back. Recently, they've expanded with the Series 0 two-field watches, which play with luminous dials in a really clever way. Studio Under D0G doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's exactly why people love them. They bring a sense of humour to an industry that can often feel a bit stuffy. While the designs might be too loud for an everyday office watch, they are the perfect weekend piece. If you want a watch that will guarantee a smile every time you check the time, this is it. Neutra is an Italian brand deeply inspired by the Dolomite Mountains. Their watches have a distinct vintage alpine feel, blending mid-century design with modern ruggedness. The Averell and the Cortina are fantastic field and sports watches, featuring incredibly legible dials, vintage toned lume, and robust cases. They recently introduced the Rivanera, a sleek modern dress watch that shows they can do elegance just as well as utility. Neutra pays close attention to the details, using high-quality Swiss movements and offering excellent straps and bracelets. Their designs feel authentic and purposeful, like a piece of gear you'd actually want to take on a hike. They manage to capture that nostalgic explorer vibe perfectly without feeling like a direct copy of anything else. For a versatile, handsome sports watch with Italian design flair, Neutra is a strong contender. Zelos is the undisputed king of specs in the microbrand world. Based in Singapore, Zelos is famous for offering incredible materials and features at prices that seem almost impossible. We are talking about meteorite dials, forged carbon cases, bronze, titanium, and some of the brightest lume in the industry. The Swordfish and the Hammerhead are legendary dive watches that offer a chunky, aggressive aesthetic and bulletproof build quality. Zelos is constantly experimenting, releasing new models and limited editions that sell out in minutes. While their designs can be a bit bold and heavy for some, if you want maximum bang for your buck, nobody beats Zelos. They give you access to exotic materials and complex dial textures that usually cost thousands of dollars more. If you love a bold, spec-heavy tool watch, Zelos is an absolute must-have. Finally, we reach the C tier. Now, being in the C tier doesn't mean these are bad watches. They're far from it. These brands offer solid entry-level options and are great for people just getting into the hobby. They tend to focus heavily on affordability and robust specs, though they might lack the refined original design language or premium finishing found in the higher tiers. They are tough, reliable, and get the job done. Phoibos is a brand that knows exactly what it is, a provider of tough, affordable, spec monster dive watches. Named after the Greek god of light, their watches are famous for their aggressive designs and that iconic octopus logo. Models like the Wavemaster and the Eagle Ray offer sapphire crystals, ceramic bezels, and reliable automatic movements for a fraction of what bigger brands charge. They aren't subtle, they use bright colours, chunky cases, and bold textures. While the designs might lean a bit heavily on established dive watch tropes, Phoibos always adds its own rugged twist. The finishing is good for the price, but the real draw here is durability. If you need a true beta watch for the beach, the pool, or the weekend, and you want automatic reliability without spending a fortune, Phoibos is a fantastic entry point. Oceaneva is all about extreme depth ratings. This US-based brand builds watches designed to survive the absolute crushing pressure of the deep ocean. Their Deep Marine Explorer series boasts water resistance ratings of 1,250 metres, 3,000 metres, and even an insane 6,000 metres. They use solid materials like Grade 5 titanium and offer features like helium escape valves and ultra-thick sapphire crystals. The designs are very traditional, heavily inspired by classic Swiss dive watches, which makes them familiar and easy to wear. While they might not win awards for original design, they deliver on their promise of extreme durability. If you want a watch with specs that rival the Rolex Sea Dweller, but at a much more accessible price point, Oceaneva provides a rugged, heavy-duty tool watch that will survive practically anything. Northern Watches is a smaller, emerging brand that focuses on a very specific niche: 24-hour watches. Their NW2 Northerner model features a dial where the hour hand makes only one full rotation per day. It's a quirky, interesting way to tell time that takes a little getting used to. The design is clean and functional, with a simple steel case and a stone-textured dial. While the concept is cool, the execution is fairly basic compared to the higher tiers, and the 24-hour layout might feel a bit gimmicky for everyday use. However, they are trying something different, and the watches are well built for the price. If you are looking for a conversation starter, or just want a watch that reads time in a non-traditional way, Northern Watches offers a fun, affordable experiment. Beaubleu is a Parisian brand that brings a very artistic, poetic approach to watchmaking. Their signature feature is the use of circular hands instead of traditional straight ones. As the hours, minutes, and seconds tick by, these circles overlap and create constantly changing geometric patterns on the dial. It's a beautiful, romantic way to display time. The cases are elegant, and the dials often feature rich colours and textures. However, they sit in the C tier because the circular hands can make the watch quite difficult to read quickly, prioritizing form heavily over function. They use reliable Miyota movements, but you are really paying for the unique aesthetic. If you view a watch more as a piece of kinetic jewellery rather than a precise time-telling tool, Beaubleu offers a very unique, distinctly French design experience. That wraps up our look at Best Watch Microbrands Ranked tier list. Each of these brands proves that timeless style, quality, and craftsmanship make their watches more enjoyable without a luxury price tag. If you enjoyed this video, give this a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest reviews and top picks. Stay stylish, and see you in the next one.